Good morning. In case you're new to the channel or you didn't see last week's deal or whatever, you're going to watch me try to build a haunted house facade. And if that sounds interesting to you, keep on watching.
What you want, what you want.
All right, so before we get into, building this thing, or you guys watching me try to build this thing, I'll show you some progression from what you saw last weekend, because I worked on it, during the week. As far as kind of the front of this goes, here we are. We got this skinned. Last week I was saying that I thought this stuff was like compressed fiberglass of sorts, but thank goodness it's not. So once I pulled the sheeting off of here, it is a foam, but it kind of reminds me of like Great Stuff expandable foam that's been compressed down. I'll show you real quick with a little more detail kind of how I did these panels and how they're securing up and all that stuff. On all these things, I put them together and then I drilled through and did these eye bolts like this. There's not an eye bolt, but bolts through. There's one there. There's basically there's 4 on each 6-foot panel that holds it into the bottom. Then I made mounting points like this when they connect to the side. So then we got another 3 points for that to bolt through and hold each piece to the next piece that comes across, to kind of tighten it out. And then as we go, I'll be putting some bracing in on the sides to keep it a little more stable. Same way on the inside. And I'm going to do that from the bottom, each rung all the way up. And then to keep this thing from, back and forth, falling, things like that, I got to bought some 12-foot 2x4s that's going to come in here and basically make a big leg style brace that'll screw in. And then I'll either stake those legs to the yard or put some weight on them, I got iron weights and stuff, so I put some weights on them. Anyway, you keep it, from wanting to tilt back and forth. And then I've got some eye bolts and things. It should be close enough to the house that I'll be able to run some eye bolts and a tensioner and run some cable to the top sides of my gables in the house and create another secure point there to keep this thing from falling over, which I think should be pretty good and safe enough. Right here, this is the top that's going to go up here. Too tall to put this stuff together up there, so basically I'm going to build all this on the ground, and then whenever we put the whole thing together, sections at a time, will go up. This is basically the roof line type situation where you get the roof overhang coming off the walls. Same thing with this. I wanted the roof to be removable. I just set this up last night. I'll be drilling holes through these two to make anchor points with bolts that'll hold these things on. I also went to help fitment. Once we get on, I tagged in some of these 2x strips through here. So basically this will, kind of come down and lock into place with this here, and then we'll bolt through on that. And then I'm going to build, I want the roof to kind of come at an angle like this, maybe 2 foot up this way. And then on this side, it'll be kind of an angle in, so the roof will come down and hit along this line here. And then that's going to be what protrudes out. Got to come up with some kind of system here for it to hang on to. A few things I still got to work out. It's just on the fly, right? I don't know what I'm doing. This whole thing has just been, putting it together as I go, trying to figure stuff out. Today, not much is going to happen. Earlier this week was my birthday, and so I've got family, friends coming over this afternoon to do a little birthday celebration. So I'm not going to get a whole lot of work on this done today, but I am going to get a little bit of work on this done today, and most of the work in progress will be tomorrow. Last night, I may have celebrated just a little too much. So I got a late start today. Oh, feeling rough this morning. Anyway, I've got these standoffs. This is going to be like the roof, right? So they kind of slant back just a little bit, and these are just, you know, this is just about a foot tall or whatever. This is the gable, whatever, coming off the house, and then, you know, boom on that side. And then we've got same thing over here. And then tomorrow I'm going to work on that top section. It's going to be probably 2 feet, 2.5 feet. It'll be bigger than that, but still kind of short. Yeah, I came in here just like with the other panels and used bolts to hold it down. We did another little kind of a backer plate here to go up against the frame to make it easy to set on top. But it's secured down with like 6 bolts there. These, of course, are, this part here is screwed to that. And then back here, I'll just have a little piece, this little piece of wood just protruding on the wall, just so over time, if this needs to rest on that, it rests on it. So yeah, so I think that's going to work. At least it's going to work for me, or at least we're going to give it a try. We'll find out if it works. All right, as you can see, 1, 2, 3, these are all the roof sections that are going to go on top. This is our top pieces here for basically the second floor. So I'm going to pull these apart, get them skinned. Then we'll get that piece skinned up. Then I'll get back over here, skin these up. And then I'm going to put the top floor section kind of all back together again. Draw out everything on it. Draw everything out on that over there. And start putting some detail in this, and hopefully this will look like a house. That's not what you want to come home to. After a long day of work out in the heat, that's what I got to deal with. My fault. I mean, I didn't have it really strapped down. It was only 8 foot up, whatever, and I just had some rocks in the back side of it, and it had been doing pretty good. But today, I guess it was a little bit windier than, you know, the whole other week. So we got to pull these panels back apart, take this off, separate these, because on both sides, same thing. These broke just through these finish nails. So it broke that in the glue, too much weight. And I'll have to repair these on that panel, and the other 2 panels over there. And then I can get back to trying to make this look like a house. So, yay. Day in the life of trying to build a haunt. Look at this craziness. What an adventure it's been so far. It's now Saturday, late. And we're all skinned. So, you know, got all those pieces fixed. Starting to look like something. I mean, yeah, it kind of sucked that crap broke and I had to tear it down. But I had to take it apart anyway to frame the door out. Because when I did this, these were just 2 solid pieces, and I had to get this wood in here to frame this doorway out and all that. So I was gonna have to tear all that stuff apart anyway. So whatever, Mother Nature, I was gonna tear it apart anyway. So tore it apart, fixed what you broke, and fixed the door. So we're good to go. I mean, how crazy does that look? Yeah, this is uneven right here, and this side's pitched up a little bit, but when it goes back on top of this, it should level out. And even if it is a little wonky, this is supposed to be an old, decrepit house, which, sweet. I need to get all this peeled off to expose the foam so I can start laying out my lines for my siding and do a little bit, just a little bit of carving in there to make it look like siding. So yeah, actually kind of excited. Get this stuff peeled off of here tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow I can get it all peeled off, get the siding all drawn out. Now all I got to do is start detailing it, which is finally the fun part, because I'm impatient. I've been wanting to start detailing this forever, and this whole situation with framing this junk out, it's been a pain, but we're almost there. Well, hello. It is hot out here. We're getting close to October, and this week is supposed to get back up to 100 and some odd degrees. It's insane for Kansas. But let me show you. You've seen, but let me explain. Pulling that layer of protection off exposes this foam, and that foam's got a cool old like kind of rotteny wood. I'm going to use I can't remember what this is, like a foam shore shaper or something like that, and I'm going to sand in just a little bit and create an indention below these. I tested it out on another piece that's off of this to see if it was going to work, and it's going to work pretty decent. I'm not going to dig in very deep because this is only a 1/2 inch thick, but just enough to give a little bit of a lip, and then I can paint and shade into it later. I'll show you things I'm worried about with this. This one's been exposed longer than the other ones, and it's warping, it's pulling out, and I think with the layer off of this, it lets moisture get in, and then it's bowing and all that stuff. So to be honest, I don't know how long it's going to last or how well it's going to work. I just hope it gets me through this Halloween, since I got this much time in it already. Yeah, probably if I was going to spend the money, should have went ahead and bought the pink foam, because I know how it handles in the weather. It doesn't do this stuff, but live and learn. We're going to go on and see what happens. So here we go. This thing's working. Yeah, look at this. We're getting some texture in these walls. I mean, that looks like siding. It's not super deep, and just enough, just enough to catch and give us an illusion of some siding. How about that? Of course, when I paint it and then go back in, I'll keep this dark under here, some more blacks or something like that. And in case anybody was wondering about these, I'm going to spray some great stuff, expendable foam on these, and then sand it back down, make all these little things disappear. If you guys enjoy this type of stuff, smash that like button, share it with other people. Right now I need to say thanks to all the Patreons that I have. It may not be a whole lot, but these people are pretty freaking awesome. Thank you for all your support. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys, just for watching, hanging out, watching me try something that I've never done before. And so far, I think it's going to work. And it should be kind of neat. Hopefully it'll last more than just 1 year. Oh my gosh, I'm to a point now where I can actually start to make this thing look like something versus just framing crap over and over again. Look at that. I got a little sunburnt today. The sun is hot. That makes my beard look way whiter than it normally is. Hey, thank all you guys for watching. And until next time, keep making something from nothing.